This is problem number 4 on the practice test, making decisions. It's our third making decisions problem. And this one has a multi-way branch, which tells us we're going to use elif. So we're going to ask the user to enter a letter, either R or G or B. And so the text is going to be enter color code. And if they type an R or a capital R, we're going to print out red. If they type a G or a capital G, we're going to print out green. If they do a B or a capital B, we're going to print out blue. And this comes from the color model that's used for determining pixel colors on a computer. Every pixel is made up of a red component, a green component, and a blue component. So, and I changed things up here again too. I didn't match what I asked for. So let's do color code. Okay. And let's go ahead and, so this is my prompt here. So I'm just going to copy that. The rest of it, I don't really need to copy. So let's flip over to Spider. And I want to get a color code. It's going to be an input, and I'm going to paste in the prompt that I copied from the Word document. And then what I'm going to do is if color code is equal to a lowercase r, or color code is equal to a capital R, then I want to print red. Else if, or elif in Python, and I need to have a condition here. So this condition is going to be color code is equal to G, or color code is equal to a capital G. And if that's true, we're going to print green. Else if color code is equal to a lowercase b, or color code is equal to a capital B, colon, and we'll print blue. Those are the only valid options. So if they typed anything else in, there's no condition after else, just a colon. I'm going to print, I think it said bad color code, didn't it? Not a valid color code. Okay, so so let's go ahead and run this. I am going to comment the rest of this out while I test this. I don't have to do all this every time. So select it all, do a Control-1, and now it's commented out. And this is all we're going to do. And I see a little red X over here. So I forgot my parentheses around the print command. So now let's see if that'll make it happy. And it does. Let's go ahead and run it. And it wants a color code. Let's do R. And hit enter. It should come back and say red. Let's run it again. And let's do a capital G and hit enter. It should come back and say green. Let's run it again, and we'll do a lowercase b. And we'll hit enter. It should come back and tell us blue. Now, to be thorough here, I should also check an uppercase R, a lowercase g, and an uppercase b. But in this case, I'm pretty sure it's right. Now, there's another option we could have done here. Rather than having to check for two different values of basically the same letter, we could have done this. We could have said color code equals color code dot upper. And I think we've talked about that in class. So I'm going to shift it to uppercase, which means when I get here, it can't possibly be a lowercase letter, so I don't need to check that anymore. I can just delete it, and I can do the same thing here. And I can do the same thing here. Okay. And I'm getting a little warning down here. It wants me to hit enter at the end of my last line. So let's hit enter. And then it doesn't like the spaces, so let's back up over them. And now it's happy. Okay, so I could do this, and now it's easy to test. I've only got 3 possibilities to test. Actually, I guess that's not true. I should still probably test both lower and uppercase. I'm going to do a lowercase r, though. And it's going to shift it to uppercase and tell me that it's red. I'm going to run it again, and I'm going to do a capital R and hit enter, and it still tells me it's red. I'm going to test it and type in a lowercase g, G, and hit enter, and it tells me G stands for green. I'm going to run it again, and I'm going to type in a capital G and hit enter, and it's going to tell me green. I'm going to run it a fifth time. We're going to type in a lowercase b and hit enter. It tells me that's blue. Whoops. And I'm going to run it one more time with a valid input. We're going to type in a capital B, and it should tell me that's blue as well. And now I'm going to type in something that's not R or G or B, and I'm just going to type in X and hit enter, and it tells me that's not a valid color code. So that is the solution to the fourth problem on our practice test.